Starsky and Hutch here. Hi, I'm Bridget.
I'm Wendy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is gonna be a good flickin' beans.
Yes.
We are gonna talk about one of my favorite movies ever. But, okay, so your coffee.
Yes.
I told you I had a secret.
Okay.
Okay, not only did I ask for extra peppermint, but I now know the mystery of light ice.
Okay.
Last week, and I forgot to tell you this, when I got the pixie stick, which I got again.
Yeah.
Salvation Station. She said, do you want light ice? And of course I was like, and she goes, it's 4 ounces more energy. And I was like, I need 4 ounces more energy. So yes. So I got yours with light ice. Do you taste the difference in its strength? Do you taste the peppermint? Please tell me you taste the peppermint.
I do taste the peppermint.
Okay. Had to double
it's
it
very
up.
chocolatey.
Mm.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if I could taste that there's less ice.
Okay. Okay.
But there probably is
Well,
more
it looks
volume.
soupier.
It does. It does seem like there's more movement. Because usually it's very, very packed with ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You do get more product, I'm sure.
Well, yeah. That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
I heard the two-legged mermaid that they stopped allowing you to order light ice because of that reason, probably. It's no longer like allowed, or you have to pay extra for light ice or something like that.
How much bullshit is that?
Right.
Because they are making hand over fist.
I know.
Money,
the
money,
markup
money.
on those coffees is extraordinary.
It's crazy. And it's also an environmental concern.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you definitely don't want to shortchange the people who are growing it and harvesting it. And I think a lot of times they get shortchanged.
Yeah.
So you got to do that free trade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gus is serious about this.
I know. He's eyebrows up and ears back at me. He's like, I know all about free trade.
We do not give you caffeine because you do not need it.
No, in fact, you know what I did? I told you I got the calming collar.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to Petco, where the pets go, and I got a bottle of drops, which I'm sneaking into his food. And at first he wouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is happening? And then I got the little nuggets that are kind of like kibble.
Okay.
And I'm reading the package, and it says scoops of this. And I'm like, just tell me a number.
Yeah.
But inside the package is the most bittiest little scoop you have ever seen. It's got a handle.
Adorable.
It's a littlest. I couldn't even tell you. And the pebbles themselves, kibbles, are pretty small. So I don't know. I'm cuted out by the scoop. And confession, I gave the dog a handful of those. Well, not a handful, but maybe a little bit more like
more
2
than a scoop.
And they're for cats, but I'm like, how come some are for cats and some are for cats and dogs and some are for just?
Yeah.
But the ingredients are like tryptophan, which is turkey, theanine, which is also very calming. I've taken that before.
Yeah, that's what they say ADHD people should take.
It's a natural occurring thing in green tea, actually. Really, ADHD. Maybe I should start taking some more theanine.
Yeah.
Or just the nuggets of the cat.
just
Not
eat
cat's nuggets, but...
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, that was a digression. Okay. All right.
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. Okay. This week we did Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Yes.
Which is a masterpiece, in my opinion.
It is very wonderful. I think I texted you this, but at first I was like, I don't know. I didn't love the opening song, and I was like, is this how it's all gonna be? But then I fell in love with it. By the end, I was like crying. Like, it was amazing. I loved it.
Well, also, I think that the final song is one that he pulls those tears out of your eyes.
Yes.
Like a song in a certain key or hitting certain notes. I think the songs are great. Well, okay, the opening, I think that sets the scene for it's punk rock.
Yeah.
She's angry because she has an inch.
Yes. Which they tell you in song later, everything that happened.
Right.
Gosh, that's so heartbreaking, that whole thing.
It is.
Because he was just so, manipulated.
All right. So Hedwig. So it opens with him basically, it is an angry song. I think it sets that stage.
Yeah.
And then you look at the surroundings.
Yeah.
Where is he playing now? What is this? There is a salad bar.
Yes.
And so you also get this idea that he's not a superstar. I need to say she, or they.
Yeah, they don't ever specify what Hedwig's pronouns are. Because he's kind of in between.
They weren't using those
right
then.
Yeah,
we didn't hear they when that came out. So I think she identifies as a she or a unknown.
Yeah, it seems
half.
like
she doesn't know what her other half is supposed to look
right, because it's usually masculine, feminine, but she's stuck in the middle.
Right. Yeah. The situation is that Hedwig has had a botched sex change operation. So he's left with an angry inch. And also they do explain in song a sideways gash. Like a grimace on a sideways face.
Yeah.
Terrible. It sounds terrible. But back to the setting. And we find out that these are Bilgewater's restaurants, which make me think of Bonanza.
Yeah.
It's a buffet. It's a all you can eat salad bar, and the patrons are sitting around going, why is this happening?
Yeah.
Can you imagine going to, and they have the whole appearance of being superstars. There's a lot of glitz. There's a lot of glamour, at least, and you can see in the movie poster the lipstick is Max Factor brand. It is just sparkle.
I love it.
Bright red sparkle. I love it too. I wish I could. Oh my gosh! I wish I could pull that off. Or I wish I was a drag queen.
I'm obsessed with drag queens anyway. But yeah, I actually told my makeup artist for my wedding. She's like, "What are you going for?" I was like, "Can you make me look as close to a drag queen
really
as possible without really looking like I'm in drag?" That's what I'm going for.
That was great. I'm gonna have to look back at the pictures, but you did look great. Oh my gosh. So it gives the appearance of being a big super show, and yet you're like, wait, they're playing in some really crappy restaurants. I mean, the word bilgewater is disgusting. It is the bowels. It is, you gotta get rid of it. Sometimes has sewage in it. Yeah. Come on.
Why would you name a restaurant that?
Because it's just the worst of the chain restaurants. But their manager, which is so funny too, that they have a manager, they're trying.
Yeah.
And you get the idea. They've been at it for a while. Their manager comes to them and says, good news. We've got the go ahead to play at any Bilgewater's, with a 24-hour notice. But the reason they're actually going on this tour is to follow Tommy Gnosis. Okay. Now we got to go back and explain all of this.
Yes.
All of
which
this.
they kind of reveal things backwards in the film. Like you're seeing Hedwig kind of at the end, and then they go back and tell you partly through the music and partly through flashbacks and reveals. So you don't exactly know who anybody is at first. Right. And anyway,
which is great.
Which I liked. Yeah. But so starting back at the beginning. I mean,
a lot of that's a lot of stories are like that. You know, a lot of our best movies are like that. Okay, so yeah, it starts if we go in chronological order,
Yes.
he's a little boy, single mom,
East Berlin.
East Berlin, and that's important because
Yes.
the wall has not yet come down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a bleak life. The one of the funniest things said about his mother was that she taught sculpture to limbless children. And yeah, there's just lumps on the table.
Yeah.
And later he does say, my mother made my tits of clay. Tits of clay. And that was stuck in my head last night as I was trying to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm like, tits of clay.
That's really great. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so he's a little boy, bleak ass.
Mm-hmm.
My mother made me play in the oven.
Yeah.
Which is so great.
Yeah, he's obsessed with American punk music
He's
and rock
got
music.
a transistor radio.
Mhm.
And I had a transistor radio
Yeah.
when I was a kid. It was something cool.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I mean, I guess they ran on batteries, but it was handheld, small. You know, a kid could take it around, and then it would break, or the battery would die, and it would land in a toy box and never be touched again. But yeah, a transistor radio was the only door to the outside world. And he was, inspired, imprinted on that music. So it's no surprise that, he's creative in that way. Okay, fast forward to when he's a young man. He's a very pretty young man.
Yeah.
And he meets his future husband while he was sunning himself on a piece of broken church. And that's the whole gummy bear. And I didn't realize until I rewatched this that, like, for example, Billy and I quote this movie a lot and have since, and then not realizing it now. When you say something that's so ingrained in your whatever, and, it's like, oh my God, that was from a movie. So I always thought people don't understand. You can't throw out inside jokes and expect everyone else to understand them.
Yeah.
But I've said many times Gummibärchen instead of gummy bears. And there's no need. There's none. Which, I mean, it sticks. There's a lot of good quotes in here.
There are, yeah.
So, okay, he meets Luther. Luther is older, American. And he says, I can't believe you're not a girl, because he's so pretty. And I would say grooms him.
Yeah, absolutely he does.
Okay, let's get married and let's come back to America. However, you can't marry another guy. The plan is hatched and the plot thickens. I mean, how bleak is it for you to say, I will transition or, have a sex change operation?
And for your mom to support it. That's
She
how
wants
shitty
to
it was.
get him out.
Yeah. She's like, this is an opportunity for you to get out of here.
Right.
And if you need to leave a little something behind, I think is how she puts it.
Right.
To get out, then that's what you got to do.
He thought he was deeply in love.
Yeah.
He was a savior. Luther was his savior, right? So also it's got to be a shady doctor who's willing to just do that on the fly. Sure, come on Friday. So basically, yeah, he wakes up after being mutilated, let's say, moves to America and is subsequently dumped for a younger version while the wall comes down. How horrible.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
worst.
really heartbreaking. Yeah. And you see that because I really hated this husband character. He was just, because for one, and maybe it's a societal pressure, he didn't want people to know he was gay. I don't know. He clearly was, though.
Yeah.
But he kept saying that he believed that, Hedwig was a girl, or Hansel at that point.
Oh yeah.
And then he ends up with a boy, after he convinces Hedwig to have a sex change operation, because he doesn't like girls.
Right.
Well, she's not really a girl, I guess.
Right.
Because she doesn't have I don't know.
Oh yeah.
What it's confusing.
So bleak.
Yeah.
He leaves her in a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even in a trailer park. It's just out in the middle of nowhere under like an electrical tower.
Yeah.
Is the worst. And Hedwig decides to press on. And I think that's where Wig in a Box song comes in, when he's in the trailer and he's just like, I'll just put on some makeup, turn on some music, pull that wig down from the shelf. I pretty much just told you the lyrics.
Yeah.
But it's a moment. And you know that moment. We all know that moment. Pick yourself up. I'm getting a little goosebumpy. Pick yourself up and keep going.
Yeah, you gotta just do the next thing. And just like, sorry, I gotta get a job. So I'm gonna go get a job. Yeah.
So that's where Tommy comes in. Tommy is the older child of a family that she's nannying for. They right off the bat start inappropriate sexual relationship. Because you just wouldn't do that. Tommy's not an adult.
He's 17, yeah.
And she is. So she whacks him off in the tub and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Her story.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say like that Tommy is totally like the kind of guy that I would have been into at that age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Tommy. It's always Tommy.
No. Not as much that. No. Tommy. You did not.
I might have been into that. Tommy. I liked a pretty emo, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, like broody and cute and in a band and paint
Plays
stuff
the
on their
guitar.
face.
Yeah. Oh, that was weird. I don't like that.
I loved like the eyeliner and stuff like that. Yeah. Even like when I was in show choir and our guys would have to wear eyeliner for being on the stage. And I was always like really into that.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was
guys in
eyeliner. Yeah.
Long hair.
Yeah.
Woo.
Woo.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would react to that now.
Yeah.
Let's say somebody came to pick me up for a date and they're wearing eyeliner. That's worse than the athletic shorts and the polo, I think. It'd be kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Depends on where we're going. Maybe I'm wearing it too.
Right, yeah. If he picks me up to go to a Tommy Gnosis show.
Sure, yeah.
We can wear eyeliner there. Okay. If he picks me up to go to a buffet where Hedwig, might be different.
Although, it's true. People do dress up to go and see it.
Yeah.
So it was a play, and then it was a movie, and then it was a Broadway musical. And I don't know if you know this, but Neil Patrick Harris played Hedwig in Broadway.
I would love to see that.
It's different. And I watched a couple of interviews and, so he actually knows John Cameron Mitchell from whatever, Hollyweird. Yeah. And go ahead. Oh.
Well, John Cameron Mitchell wrote, produced, whatever.
Yes.
The man that plays Hedwig in the movie is the guy that wrote and everything.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
It's very cool. I mean, it's before Hamilton,
Yeah.
Which, I told you, I'm going to write a musical.
Yes.
We're collaborating.
Yes.
Woo-hoo! Coffee break! Let's talk about our beans.
Hey Bean Flickers, have you followed us yet? We are on Instagram and Facebook at Flickin' Beans Pod. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave us a review. Watch out for, that's all I'll say right now. I don't want someone to steal our idea.
No, I'm not saying it.
Yeah, I love, I forgot what I was going to say now. Anyway, I love all of it. I love that his character, But I didn't do any background on this, but I would love to know where that idea came from.
So it's something that kind of had percolated in him for a while. Like, what if this, what if that? And I guess he was, I feel like the story is that he was on a plane with Stephen Trask,
Okay.
who wrote, the music part of it. And that they were kind of spitballing, and it grew and grew and grew into this. Well, what if he was this and what if he was that? So I think it was those two kind of talking, even though the original idea was, they just fleshed it out a little bit more. I was obsessed with Stephen Trask. I thought he was so cute.
Yeah.
And the funniest part is, like, if you notice, he's not an actor. He's a musician.
Yeah.
And in every scene where they have the band, there is a moment or too much where he's looking directly in the camera. That makes me laugh every time. I'm like, he's just macking. He's just grinning like a monkey. I just love it. But
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not right. He shouldn't be doing that.
And they left it in.
They left it in, so what? It's very exuberant, all of that. Did you know that it's based around this? This is also part of, I guess, maybe where they got the transgender idea or the botched idea. Plato's Symposium.
Okay.
And Aristophanes. That's that whole where the god came down and split the people in two, and that now we're roaming the earth looking for that other half. So that's kind of, that's a pretty deep idea, and I think they do it really well because, we haven't even mentioned that they have a little animation here and there, as in particular in the song where that idea is illustrated, and they're saying, two men back to back, two women back to back, and then they would have a man and a woman, and then, they're all split in two and they're just scattered and they're like,
We're just wandering alone.
yeah. Well, and a lot of it is just like, he's an anomaly. Where does he belong? Where does she belong? Who belongs with Hedwig?
Yeah.
The closest relationship is with Yitzhak. Who is, wears a fake beard.
I think transgender male.
Yeah. Trying to, wear it, wearing the beard. I think you can grow a beard, but you would have to be on testosterone for quite some time, maybe.
Yeah, you definitely can, but I don't know in the late 80s if that was as much of an option as it is now.
And Yitzhak wasn't, she left to take a role of her dreams in Rent, playing a Puerto Rican woman. So I feel like that whole, she was just kind of trying it on. And she was close with Hedwig. I assumed that they had some kind of sex.
Yeah, there's a scene where they're kind of like...
Yeah. Rubbing
each other. I'm not really sure. It's sexual, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nub's probably fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen. We sold sex toys. We know how to make things
That's right.
work for us.
Yeah, I do think, like, now watching it from the perspective that we've had so much change in, like, our language and understanding of people that are transgendered and also intersex, which is kind of what...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, like...
Intersex is a term I haven't heard for a while, but yeah.
I watched this documentary about intersex people a while ago, and some of their stories were very much like Hedwig's. Like, they were forced, surgically changed as a baby so that they could live as one sex or the other.
Right.
But they wouldn't biologically be one sex or the other because they had, both parts or both chromosomes or whatever. And one of the people, like, was made to be surgically altered to live as a girl. And then they didn't feel that way later and were confused. And
did they know why?
They didn't even know that they were intersex until, like, something happened. And I think they had some kind of medical emergency and they were told, oh, you don't have a uterus. You have balls, actually.
You have balls.
Inside. testicles.
Wouldn't they take those out?
I think they just altered the
Just
outside.
snip it so that you didn't have because you have testosterone coming from your balls.
Yeah, and that's probably why
Is that where it comes from?
It is. And also they felt weird and like not like a woman.
Right, because
they had
puberty.
Yeah. And then then they're very confused now, like where do they fit in? And it was very different stories. Like one they were an intersex person, but she really like presented as a woman and went by female pronouns, but I think the rest of them were preferred they or had transitioned away from the gender that they were like assigned or told, At the time, these people are like probably in their like 30s or 40s now. So they would have been born in the like 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
And at that time, like doctors are like, well, it's going to be easier for them if they fit into one of the categories.
Yeah.
And they just didn't realize the ramifications of that.
No, I can't imagine that they would. I'd be like, can I have my dick back?
Right. Even like circumcision now, I think is kind of
unnecessary. Because it was for cleanliness purposes. You don't want all that smegma in there. But I think you can get more cancers there if you're not circumcised.
Maybe.
Listen, I am not a medical doctor.
Yeah.
And I've seen it both ways.
Same.
They're not cute anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
To me, I don't care. A lot of people are like, because circumcision in America is so common.
Yeah.
But it's not in other countries like in Europe and stuff like that. It's not the go-to unless you're like Jewish.
I think that it's perpetuated because fathers will sit there and say, I don't want my kid to feel like they don't look like everybody else in the locker room. I don't want that.
Yeah.
So it just becomes one of those things. It's, I guess, like peer pressure or, whatever. So, guess who else played Hedwig? Michael C. Hall.
Really?
Right? Dexter. Can you even?
Maybe.
But you remember, did you ever see him in 6 Feet Under? So he played a gay man in that. Oh my God, the episode where he smokes crack and ditches the corpse in the gutter and has sex with the crackhead in the back of the hearse. That's fucked up, man.
I know.
That's one of the most traumatic episodes.
That whole show is just trauma.
Oh God.
Lots of things happen. I had forgot about that. Yeah, his whole, he's in that show, one of those like is he in the closet at first?
I think so.
And he presents himself as being like very straight laced. He's like a bishop in the church and all this stuff. And then he's out there smoking crack. It's always that way, isn't it?
Jeez, it is.
It's like
Secret Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anyone knew what I do.
I have not smoked crack.
No, me neither. Good God. Good God. Okay, so basically, Hedwig is obsessed with Tommy Gnosis because he wrote the songs that he is like a hitmaker with. I would be pissed too.
Yes.
I don't know why he isn't suing, but he doesn't have the money to sue. So he's just kind of following around. Basically, at one point, he can open the door of Bilgewater's restaurant that they're performing in and hear his concert.
Yeah.
Off in the distance. Oh, that would piss me off too.
Yeah. I think part of
no credit.
Yeah. And I think part of the reason he doesn't sue is that he doesn't have like proof.
True.
Because Tommy, it's his word against.
Yeah.
He said, she said, and he doesn't have any like physical proof that he helped him write those songs. And so if Tommy decided not to give him credit, which he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's terrible. And Tommy.
It happens a lot. I bet you. A lot. Well, like, was it you or was it? Oh, no, I think it was my friend Portia that told me that J-Lo doesn't sing any of her songs, and it's Ashanti who's responsible for all of her songs.
What?
And it's on the internet.
Whoa.
That's what I said. What?
I knew J-Lo was having a bit of a media circus on the internet because of other things that she said, like trying to be normal and still connected, and people were coming at her for that.
Jenny from the Block?
Yeah, she's just trying to be Jenny from the Block, and she's not anymore, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, she said she got, I think, unfairly razzed, but they asked her like what her bodega order was, and people were like, "You can't order that at a bodega." And I don't know. It was just like ham and cheese sandwich and an orange drink. I don't think you can order that at a bodega.
I have no idea. That seems a little bit like picking on her.
Yes.
For, her heritage.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
Right.
Go to the bodega, yacht.
They were like saying she never went to the bodega and stuff like that, you know?
She probably didn't.
Yeah.
She probably did. She had, they all had a climb.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's an overnight success.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, if you're a viral video, TikTok.
If you're Billie Eilish, then.
Well, even Billie Eilish is not an overnight success.
Yeah.
I think, and I've heard this so many times, it's about 10 years.
Yeah.
That you need to, Taylor Swift, she was doing this shit when she was like 11 and younger. What 11-year-old do you know that can stand up and sing play their own guitar and, write a song? I mean, it's crazy, that we just see these people pop out of nowhere. Yeah. With a hit. Mm-hmm. But you don't see, unless, maybe you saw somebody in a bar and you're like, oh, I saw them before they were big time, that's kind of cool too.
Yeah. That's happened to me a few times.
Yeah.
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 It's cool.
Good for them.
It's like, I saw them back then.
Mm-hmm. You just gotta fucking keep at it. Don't give up.
So why aren't we famous? We've been doing it for 10 years.
We are famous. We're local legends.
Local legends.
Britches and hoes, flicking beans. We got it all. We are the best. We are the best local rock and roll ukulele band / bean flicker podcasters out there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Do you think Hedwig could flick their bean?
Flick if their nub.
Do you think it had any sensation anymore?
No.
It could be really botched from a surgery.
Wow. Yeah. Can you imagine? Oh, God. People are willing to give that up, to change their gender, to give up pleasure. Mm-hmm. I've never really understood that. I mean, whatever your organ looks like, if it feels good, keep it.
Yeah.
Keep it. I mean, even people with breast cancer and they've got to have, reconstruction or getting an elective boob enhancement, and then they've got to sew your nipple back on, and you're probably not going to feel your nipple ever again.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going around feeling my nipples, but if it didn't feel like anything, it would bother me.
Yeah. I get that.
I guess it probably also wouldn't ping in the grocery store.
Are they always out?
Yeah.
Which way is it?
Bing.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had or felt the need to surgically alter myself. So I think there's, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
It's tough. I don't have any of those feelings. Like I've always felt like a woman. I've never felt like a dude. So I don't know what that feels like.
Yeah, I think
I always hate your body.
I like the idea of being called a they.
Yeah.
Just because I'm me. I'm not necessarily super feminine and I'm not necessarily masculine, but I'm just me.
Yeah.
And I am an acquired taste.
Yeah. I feel like when you have seen those drag kings, yes. I was like, oh man, Bridget has found her calling.
I'm not so sure. Yeah. But I also watched some burlesque documentaries, and I'm like, God, I would love to do that too.
I have a friend that does burlesque.
Yeah.
And she does like what you would call like nerdlesque.
Yeah.
So she dresses up as like anime characters, and she has this Pokemon one where she like
buddy.
transforms into the bigger form of the Pokemon.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And I've actually never seen her perform live, but she posts this stuff on internet, and I think it's so cool.
Yeah, you have to have like a gimmick, you know, a character, an act.
Yeah.
Because it's not stripping, and it's not even dancing if you don't want it to be.
Yeah, no, it's just performance art, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like when you do the sexy unicorn.
Yeah.
That's what I saw a girl with hooves on her hands and her feet.
How do
can
you undress with hooves?
I don't know. Maybe
suppose
you
you
just
could-
gotta chuck them.
I think you could make a hoof. We're getting really off topic, but you could make a hoof that like just came over the top of your hand.
Yeah.
And your hand would be free under it, and you could still like.
Oh my God,
Right?
that's so funny. You need to do that.
Okay.
And I'm only saying that because Wendy does have a sexy unicorn tattoo.
I do. The tattoo artist named Stripper Corn. But she's really more of like a pinup. And she put her hands up in her hair so that you don't know, can she give you a hand job? Or can she not? That's the tattoo artist is awesome. She loved the idea.
That's great.
And had a fun time with it.
Oh my God. It's
My
so
only
great.
regret is that I put it on my rib cage, and I wish I would have put it somewhere that it got seen more.
Yeah.
Because it's cool.
Always room for more tattoos.
It's true. I've actually thought like maybe I could recreate something similar out on my body where
Yes.
it could be seen.
Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I've only had the one tattoo, and I don't know. I just don't have anything that sticks in my head like that I need to put this on me.
Yeah.
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
It'll come.
My mom and my aunt, who are both in their 60s, sorry guys, but are going to get their first tattoos with me and my cousin.
I love that idea.
And we're all going to go, and I'm like, that's so fun.
Yeah. Not the same one, though.
No, we're
Okay.
just all going to go at the same time.
I love it.
Because my mom's had an idea of what she's wanted forever, and she just
Cool.
had never done it, so now she's going to do it.
Awesome. I can't wait to see.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
Hedwig.
Hedwig.
So, what else? Oh, I wanted this mention that James Cameron Mitchell, I was reading about him, and he played Joe Exotic, like the Tiger King,
Shut up.
in a series on Peacock.
I'm going to watch
So I'm going to have to
that.
go find that.
That's hilarious. I can't imagine that. What a shift.
Yes. Or is it?
Super talented.
Is it? I mean-
Joe Exotic, I mean, less fashionable for sure.
Yeah, flashier in a different way.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, so I have to go watch
Joe
that. Sure.
Exotic would wear 2 belts.
Yes.
He's definitely.
He's more of a Tommy. Yeah, I don't remember the Wasana.
Tommy Wiseau.
Why so? I keep wanting to call him Wasanahan or something like that. But I think
When
that's
you
from
hear the episode.
I haven't heard it yet.
Oh, I
Hasn't gone
got
up
you
yet.
good.
I can't wait.
Yeah, you know it. It's from King of the Hill.
Yes, that's what it is. I keep thinking about
I'm all
Wasana.
like, what is Shane Wasana Song doing here? Wasana Song, Wasana Song. I had so much fun doing that.
That's great. I'm glad that you caught that.
Oh,
where it was
'cause
from.
went on. We tried so hard. Oh, I'm crying now. Oh, Hedwig, I ordered the album. I had it on CD, but I haven't listened to my CDs forever.
I know.
I'm giving them away. I don't have I can put them in my laptop, but I'm never going to do that. I know that about
Yeah.
myself. I don't have a player in my car.
Mm-hmm. I actually do, I think, have a CD player in my car. Maybe I should move my CDs to my car.
I'll give you the Hedwig CD if you
Okay.
want. Okay. The album, it just, it felt so good just to listen to it. And the songs are great, y'all.
They're very good. And they're very good at telling a story while still being a good song.
Yes.
Because sometimes that's tough to do.
Right. It's watching this, I'm seeing the format of how they put together a musical.
Yeah.
It's got a arc of the songs, the climax, the very emotional parts. It's really good at marking those changes in the character and in the character's thought process. And yeah, it's like everybody can relate to the emotions, the emotional journey, if you will. I stole that line, emotional journey, from John Cameron Mitchell. I liked it. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
So I think, he said the emotional journey is universal. Even though I was thinking, even though nobody is this guy, nobody has this story, but the feeling.
We've all felt like outcasts, not knowing where we fit in. We've all had heartbreak and betrayal, and things like that. Not to the extent that Hedwig has gone through it, maybe, and definitely in different ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The emotions of those things are universal.
And it's so campy at the same time.
Yeah.
It's campy, and yet you cry.
I think that helps you tolerate it, because this story is just so sad.
Yeah.
It would be an intolerable movie if you didn't make it funny.
God,
and campy.
Right. You're right.
Because it's just so tragic.
Oh God, yeah. Imagine if it was just a movie and not a musical.
Yeah.
Hey. That's terrible. Yeah. Oh, I just love it so much.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I would love to see it live at some point.
So great.
Or even because they do, I'm assuming, shows of it, like they do Rocky Horror. Live viewings of the movie.
No.
If they don't, then that should be something that happens.
Right. Well,
couldn't there be anyway.
Yeah.
How we can make that happen, maybe during Pride or something.
I think we need our own theater.
I have a projector.
I do too.
And a screen.
Oh, I don't have a screen.
We do.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
We need to do our own showing.
Backyard viewing. I don't know.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Okay.
That's about all I know on that.
Let me check my...
Is it a wrap?
I did really like the part where Tommy, because Tommy's like a religious kid, grew up in a very religious household, but his interpretation of it, of the Adam and Eve story, and he's Eve just wanted to know shit. That was her only sin.
Yeah.
Eve just wanted to know shit. I love that, because it's true.
It's just like in Poor Things.
Yeah.
I just want to know shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. The Cyrus. And that's a point of contention, because the song was written talking about Osiris, and Tommy didn't hear it right or whatever. I mean, the Cyrus, isn't that like a constellation?
I don't know.
It's like the swan or
Yeah.
something. Anyway, it's so good. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Highly recommended. And that's all I have to say about that.
All right.
We did it.
We did it.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Next week. Email us.
Yep.
flickinbeanspod@gmail.com.
And subscribe and
give us a rating
and rate us and review us.
Yes.
Because we love you.
We love.
All right. Everybody loves
Flickin' Beans. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.